Welcome back to Best Ball Summer. We are here at the DraftKings Draft Room, and I am here with none other than the most popular man in fantasy, particularly this week when he is defeating the machines. It is defeat. I haven't heard it yet. I haven't seen it yet. You don't need to spoil it, but come on. What's going on, Evan Silva?
Yeah, and it's a pleasure for me to be here with the greatest fantasy football player in the history of the galaxy, Justin Herzig. We had an opportunity to hang out a little bit last month in Breckenridge, and it was a great time. That was the first time I ever met Justin in real life. Great dude. Had a blast. The altitude kicked my butt, but it was a great experience.
That was fun. Some good hikes, some good bus riding. And yeah, I mean, you and I, we really kind of got on the same page with that Jaylen Warren take pretty early on. And now I think people might be starting to come around and realizing that Caleb Johnson may not be Aaron Rodgers' best bet if he's not going to protect him.
Yeah. Actually, on Man vs. Machine, which we recorded yesterday, and it'll be live like any minute, we talked about Jaylen Warren. That was one of the guys that we debated. So
awesome. Well, I'm excited to hear that. Always one of my favorites each offseason. But we are here today to do a best ball draft. We are jumping in the Millie. I know you've been actually probably more than past years, actually kind of busy in the best ball streets. Did a DraftKings last night as well. What's your kind of general thoughts on kind of best ball landscape this year?
Yeah, I've done almost all of my drafts on a different website that we're not promoting today. I did my first DraftKings last night, and I don't know, mixed results on my team, I think. But, that's why you got to get in reps. And so this will be a good exercise. How many drafts have you done on DraftKings? Do you know?
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for this contest, I think I'm at like 137.
Right.
Just the expectation is that I'm going to be spending a lot of my time filling, kind of going on the best ball mania in August. And DraftKings, like whether you draft in, I don't know, June, July, or August, it's always kind of crazy because the rooms just always have a level of craziness that I don't need to prioritize, or I don't, tend to prioritize that as much in August as I do on other sites. But been deep in the weeds, and yeah, I mean, it's been fun. I like where we are at pick 10. Where's your kind of favorite pick to be this year?
Yeah, toward the back end of the first round. I just think the first about 15 players are so solid this year with huge upside. It's the best first round that I've seen in 20 years of covering fantasy. And I think that extends until like pick 15, pick 16. So I love being at the back end of the first round, getting two of those guys.
Yeah, I'm aligned. I know people who have been watching us all summer have heard me say like 6 is currently my favorite draft slot, because I do think you can get, your 1.01 often is there at 6 with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
Then also on the second round, you're still getting that A.J. Brown, Ladd McConkey, Brock Bowers before that tier drop.
Yeah. So we got 20 rounds. We got full PPR. And
bonuses at the 300 and the 100s. And it leads to a lot of just feel safe to go with that 3-6-8-3 build, where, in the 19-20th rounds, you can still find maybe not starting QBs because, Jackson Dart's a little questionable and such, but you can definitely find starting tight ends. Do you feel like, when you've been drafting, you're comfortable with these late QBs? Are you trying to go for the elites this year? What's your kind of overall thought there?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with the late quarterbacks. Certainly pairing them up with any receivers that I take early. There is a cliff drop that you got to be a little concerned about, though. There's like a severe cliff drop at some point late in draft, so you can't wait too long. But I'm good. I assume that we'll certainly we'll take 2. Do you usually end up with 3 in this format?
Usually, if I end up with a Lamar or Josh Allen, then I'm content taking 2. Sometimes if I grab Lamar and Josh, I'm just going to grab Anthony Richardson and then maybe one other, like a Tyler Shuck, where I'll still end up with 3, but the other draft capital is so low, and I'm still then looking for upside with like the A-Rich, maybe a stack partner in the Tyler Shuck. Pretty chalky start to this draft. Jamar Chase, number 2, Bijan. Did you see that? It's no longer Bijan. It's more like the mustard. We got to go Bijan.
I did see that.
Okay. Do you have a preference on, because it's a pretty flat, obviously, amongst these wide receivers or Christian McCaffrey? What would you kind of tend? We've got CMC.
Brian Thomas has been my go-to. But I also have gotten like 0 Christian McCaffrey.
Okay. I mean, I think there's always a chance
that we could get Brian Thomas in the comeback. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll grab McCaffrey.
All right.
And then, so why BTJ ahead of someone like, I don't know, Neighbors, Puka, Nico, all of those?
I think we'll be talking about Brian Thomas as the best receiver in the NFL after this year. Malik Neighbors I love him. I was super high on him. I was like one of the only people to have him higher than Marvin Harrison ranked entering last season. He keeps getting banged up. He's got this toe injury. He's dealing with a shoulder now. It sounds like he maybe should have had toe surgery at some point and probably will need it in the future, but he's just been playing through it. And then the quarterback situation. I mean, he's going to get 1 million targets, and he's awesome. But just if we're trying to separate guys at the top, that's why I have him just a little bit lower.
Well, he barely went before us. We can go Bowers, Achane, Drake London, AJ Brown, Ladd McConkey.
I have Achane ranked highest, but I'm good with almost any of these guys. I mean, I love all these guys. Okay,
so Achane would be an RB start. We could also go with a tight end, go wide receiver. I'm down for whatever you want.
I'm down for whatever you want, man. Take a guy. Take a guy.
All right, let's go with Bowers.
Right.
Lots to talk a little about Bowers because I think it's so interesting. I know you said you've been doing a lot of drafts on Underdog. We can say the name. On Underdog, I am very much I've been kind of anti-elite tight end, especially if you're talking early second. On DraftKings, we're talking PPR. We're talking 100-yard bonuses. I mean, you've got the 2 elite guys of Trey McBride and Brock Bowers. The main doc on them is that they're not scoring many touchdowns because, Vegas not that great and McBride's always struggled. Not as important here when you're leading your team in probably target share. Obviously you're putting together your top 150. I think you've got Bowers pretty high in there. What's your kind of general thought on elite tight end this year?
I love getting Bowers. This guy had 112 catches last year, catching the football from one of the worst quarterback situations in the league. Now he gets Geno Smith. Geno Smith is out here saying, I feel bad every time that I throw the ball and it's not going to Brock Bowers. I mean, the guy won the Mackey Award twice. It's not a hard one. And also it could save us a roster spot, I think, down the road by taking this elite tight end. Do you think we still need 3?
So I think you still can. Tight end's definitely one of the most injured positions out there. Mm-hmm. Even with as great of a year as Brock Bowers had last year, he still had a couple games where he only had 4 or 5 points, I think. So you can still go with it. But what I'd say is either you're grabbing one in the early double digits, or you can finish hey, let's just say 19th, 20th round, devote those 2 to tight end. And now the draft capital is still very negligible. And you can still grab kind of, starters in that late area. With the Brock Bowers, Chip Kelly, are you buying this is going to be more of his speed in the NFL days or a little slower that we saw in Ohio State?
I think he'll want to play fast.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he'll want to play fast.
Is that just, is that more of a team thing? Is that more you just don't think he had that level of control or desire that Ohio State didn't need to?
I think that's just what he's done historically for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think all of a sudden he doesn't believe in that, just for based off 1 year at Ohio State. They've got a pretty good offensive line. They've got a decent little nucleus, and the ball distribution should be pretty condensed for the Raiders. Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, Ashton Genty. We have some stack potential.
Yeah. Okay. We do not have any wide receivers yet. This is a bit of a weird spot in the draft, I think, where just a lot of guys that start having thorns. But we do need probably some wide receivers. We got Devontae, you got Marvin Harrison, you've got 2 running backs available. Anyone here that you are kind of leaning towards?
probably like Devontae Adams the best.
Okay. Any concern for Matthew Stafford?
Yeah. But, the rhetoric has been a little bit more promising lately about Matthew Stafford. It's true that he's played through back stuff before. He's one of the toughest quarterbacks in the NFL. I think Devontae Adams is still awesome. Yeah. And also he's got Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, there is a floor there.
Kind of funny how blown up those comments about Jimmy G, basically like, I'm going to get killed if he keeps throwing to me, and then he ends up back with him. But yes, if you ignore that, like, he actually is one of the better backups in the league. Matthew Stafford's still the kingmaker for wide receivers, and I've been bullish on Devontae Adams all offseason. However, I'm a little concerned with this back situation, but yeah, I think he was a pretty solid pick there. Coming back around to us, Breece Hall, if we wanted to grab a second running back.
I'm just worried that he's not going to catch any passes, and that's like such a big part of his game. I mean, I love George Pickens. He's down a ways, but
okay, we could pull him up. It makes it a bit more of a unique combo over here. Other guys, DJ Moore, Terry McLaurin.
I mean, Tet would be all right too.
Pickens or Tet? T-Mac, what are you going with?
I like Pickens a lot.
Okay, let's do it. Talk to me about George Pickens.
I think the Cowboys could compete for the league lead in pass attempts. George Pickens is awesome. Lot to play for this year. This is his chance to get paid. Another condensed offense with CD, Pickens, and Jake Ferguson. They don't even have a feature back in Dallas, I don't think. So I think there's going to be a lot of passing. Their defense isn't very good. They play indoors. Dak Prescott's back healthy.
All right, when we were in Breckenridge, you were selling me on Jaden Blue.
Yeah.
Now, are you still as bullish? Are you more or less bullish? Miles Sanders has looked okay. Javonte Williams reports have not been great, but he's obviously the best kind of pass blocker. What's your kind of current thoughts on that running back landscape?
Jaden Blue, I'm huge on him. He's another player that we debated on man versus machine, and Leone's actually pretty high on him too, but not nearly as high as I am. I have him like almost as a top 100 player, so I've been getting him a lot in my drafts, and I plan to continue to. I don't think that he's going to be the Cowboys feature back. That's not the kind of player that he is, but I think he's got a little bit of Devon Achane in him, and the situation is very favorable.
Yeah, I mean, he is without a doubt speedy. In college, he never got the level of volume for us to get a level of confidence, but you may not need massive volume in that Cowboys offense if you're able to get out in space, if they're able to use him more as a kind of pass catching weapon, which does suit his skill set. I think I've been trying to kind of tease out the idea of, if we accept he's not going to be the primary kind of rusher, which I think that's kind of fair given his skill set and experience, Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams being bad rushers may actually help him as well. Because even if they just continue to get between the tackles and just not efficiently, you might just see more third down, third and long, more usage of Jaden Blue. And obviously, he can take some of that work. It was a nice camp highlight with him being a little shifty with an inside run. But yeah, I think he's interesting. I think the whole Cowboys are interesting. Dak for leading passing yards for the year. Dak for offensive player of the year. Any long shot bets you're looking at with him?
Leading the NFL in passing yards, I think, is pretty intriguing. I bet Michael Penix to lead the NFL in passing yards at 30-1 and to go over 4,500 yards at 13-1. I think I like that one better. That's one of my favorite futures. But Dak is. I think he's got just as good a chance as anybody to lead the NFL in passing yards this year.
I like that. I think he's second right now. I think Burrow's at around like plus 700. Yeah. Dak's around plus 1,000, maybe plus 1,200. I ended up taking Dak for MVP at plus 4,000. I think it was. It's obviously a bet on the team. But if that team actually is in contention, if they can win their division, it has to be through throwing. And then
listen, the last time that he had a healthy season, he was second in the NFL in MVP voting in 2023. Yep. So
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, coming back around to us, we have just a quick refresher: McCaffrey, Bowers, Devontae Adams, George Pickens, a couple running backs that start showing up here. We still probably need some more wide receivers. Let's see. Top wide receivers are Travis Hunter, Chris Olave. Top running backs: Alvin Kamara, Travion Henderson, James Conner, RJ Harvey. Anyone jumping out?
Travion Henderson is one of my favorite picks this year. I like Olave a lot.
Talk to me about Travis Hunter, because obviously you're so high on BTJ. Does that mean we're also low on Travis Hunter?
No. I think he's going to be. I think it might be a little bit of a slow start.
Okay, he just goes, so we don't have to worry about that. But I'm good with Travion. He's especially on DraftKings format. I think he.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm big. Okay. We are at 2 running backs, pretty strong ones, 2 wide receivers, 1 elite tight end. If we think for QBs, we could do Drake May, we could do Dak, we could do Matt Stafford, Geno Smith. So even Brock Purdy, lots of options. No one we need to kind of rush to. Yeah. But I do think we need to kind of strengthen our wide receiver room. So I know you mentioned Olave. We're 1 pick away.
Olave is going to get a ton of targets this year.
Okay.
And I know that they might not be the most efficient targets, but he's going to get a lot.
Any feels on who's going to take that backfield? I know they're still rotating. Obviously, we like second rounder. Tyler Shuck is the favorite, but any concern?
I mean, I talk to Nick Underhill every day, and he's not too high on the quarterback situation in New Orleans.
Well, Olave goes. Judy, Romo Dunze, Juwan Jennings.
All right. I mean,
we can go crazy with the third running back if you like RJ Harvey.
No.
Okay.
I think Dobbins is going to be the lead back in Denver.
Okay. I've got.
I'd be good with.
He's been getting the hype.
I'd be good with Addison, Jaden Reed, Odunze,
okay.
Judy.
We ran out of time.
Terrible.
Are you not? Are you? I mean, I know you're in Chicago.
You took Odunze?
We kind of ran out of time, so I'll say that I took him. The clock kind of gave it to us, but you're in Chicago. You're listening to sports local radio. The Caleb roller coaster has been, I mean, nonstop up and down, even through 2 weeks. How are you feeling?
The rhetoric has been a lot more positive the last 2-3 days, so we'll take it. It started off really, really rough, man. Really, really rough, but I think they're making progress every day, so that's good.
Yeah. And then let's say, like, I have minimal concern on Caleb as a pick, because even Caleb last year, when all the negatives that we can throw out there, he still, from a fantasy wise, was actually pretty strong. And like that second half, he was effective on the ground, wasn't getting as many of the touchdowns, but like you could still be a decent fantasy asset. So I don't mind drafting Caleb, but then comes down to, okay, who are you picking that is potentially going to bust your team? Like if DJ Moore doesn't perform, it is what it is. Like you're not going to do well with the loss of that kind of 3rd, 4th rounder. Odunze is a little cheaper, but he's also getting all this buzz right now that he could be kind of the focus of the offense. I know in the ETR Slack today, I think it was Leone was saying like he's expecting Luther Burden to kind of rise up boards after this report today that Burden looks good. And then Colston Loveland playing ahead of Cole Kmet with the ones. Like there's a lot of mouths to feed.
Right.
The offense needs to click for them to pay off. Are you okay with them all? Are you prioritizing?
Yeah, I'm okay with them all. I mean, I don't. Okay. There's a lot of dudes there, and like they're all real talented.
Yeah,
and I mean, Ben Johnson was good at keeping everybody involved in Detroit. I mean, he made that a priority. So I think that he'll try to do the same thing in Chicago.
Yeah, if I think I had to rank like at cost, Colston Loveland's the one that I'm highest on just because of how cheap he is. And when you have a round one, a tight end that's already playing ahead of Cole Kmet, plus we saw what Ben Johnson did for Sam Laporta, show me what you can do for Loveland. I think that's the one I feel the most confidence in. And then I'm probably lower on DJ Moore and Romo Dunze just because they're priced, and then higher on the cheaper asset like a Luther Burden. But I agree. Like I want to be buying the whole offense and just hope that it can get right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, coming back. Yeah, go for
People
it.
keep talking about the rankings on the website. I know that that's been like a little bit of an issue for the last couple of days. Just keep hitting refresh. Should be good.
Yeah, the team is definitely working that behind the scenes. Hopefully, we'll be fully resolved. But I have had personal kind of success of just kind of keep going back doing refreshing, and hopefully it works for you guys. Yep, Steven's saying they're aware. It's definitely being worked on. Okay, back in on the board right now. We do not need a QB in this range.
Pearsall just go?
What was it? Pearsall just went.
Oh my God! I mean,
Josh Downs, Matthew Golden, Tony Pollard.
I like Pollard.
Where are we at? We have 2 runs. Okay. I'll throw Pollard in here. Is wide receiver Josh Downs, Matthew Golden, anyone you want to go for, or we'll take Pollard?
Take a guy.
Okay. We got Pollard. That puts us on 3 running backs right now that I think are pretty strong running backs. Our wide receivers are still a little light. I know you're more on the Jaden Reed than Matthew Golden train.
Yeah.
Josh Downs then, or is that Anthony Richardson?
And I think you're hoping for Daniel Jones, but yeah.
All right. Just trying to think through if there's any other. There's no QBs that we're really looking for here. Yeah, I think we probably go. Oh, Josh Downs just goes. All right. Are you okay with Golden, or is this like on your do not draft list?
I would rather have Mooney, actually.
Mooney's hurt though. Are we scared? I mean, he may not be ready.
I don't. It doesn't sound too bad. It sounds like an AC joint sprain, and I think that they're going to throw the ball a lot in Atlanta.
Don't do this.
We can take Golden. Go ahead, take Golden. I don't care. Go ahead.
Shaq can see my pain. We might
Did
still
you take Golden?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
We have to respect ADP to some degree. I mean, we can't go 2 rounds ahead on Darnell Mooney for an injured player that's falling.
This is 2 rounds ahead of where he's going?
That was pick 87, and he's going, I think, 107.
Okay.
Yeah, his ADP is 108. So like literally he'll make it back to us if he goes past.
No, definitely. Of course. I didn't realize
if he makes the ADP. Yeah, I mean, like, I get, like, I think for you, and I think we talked a little about the Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed thing in the past too. And for you with the Matthew Golden, like, obviously the college profile, like, isn't that great. But in my mind, like, at some point, it's first round talent. A team that doesn't draft wide receivers in the first round knows, even their top running back is saying we need an elite alpha. He's been seen in the 2 wide receiver sets from the beginning of practice. Like, if he is just okay, like, he's, in my mind, at least has a chance to break out. Like, we have to consider that range of outcomes. I don't know. I don't want to be completely fading him.
Yeah, just wasn't very productive in college. That 40 time was fake. It's a balance to run heavy offense in Green Bay. A lot of receivers there, multiple tight ends. I think he could be a pretty good real life player. I just don't think that he's going to help anybody in fantasy.
Now, when you say that conspiracy, like, would you say you're a conspiracist, or is this the only conspiracy that you believe in? What's the 40-yard dash?
I'm a big conspiracy guy. Big conspiracy guy. No, I'm kidding.
It's funny.
Didn't we talk about that in Breckenridge?
I don't know. My favorite is the first time that Evan found out about the Rolling Stone article. He goes, I don't really like Rolling Stone anymore, but I'm proud.
No, we had Mike Renner on during our for our pre-draft stuff, and he pointed out, like, if you look at the simulcast, like, Matthew Golden did not run 4.28 or whatever. I mean, he was more like a 4.45 guy. And also, Matthew Golden only ran the 40 once. He clocked in the 4.28, and then he didn't run again, and then he didn't run his pro day either.
No chance. Why would you? Come on.
Right.
But even if it wasn't a 4.28, like, there's no way that's more than 1/10 of a second off of a conspiracy. Like, he still is in that 4.4 range, which was kind of expected.
Yeah, I mean, all right, yeah. He's fast. He's just not, like, the fastest dude ever.
Hey, it's different when you got pads on, right? All right. Coming back around. Good time right now to give a shout out for if you have not been, we have an offer. I think if you download the DraftKings Daily Fantasy app now, you can draft your $20 best ball lineup to play for a share of this $15 million, just like we're doing now. And if you do that, you'll get a second ticket to play for free for a share of that $15 million. That's 2 chances to win big without ever setting your lineup again. Draft one, get one only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. We love you, our partners over at DraftKings. You can see the promo down below. Okay, coming back around to us. Let's see if Mooney's here for us.
I think it's
Mooney is right there.
there.
So is Pittman. I'll put Mooney in the queue. I know you wanted him. I mean, least I can do is give you him the 2-round later pick. QBs, though, we probably should be considering Caleb. Would you be down for Caleb before Darnell Mooney?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Okay, I'm looking over here in the turns. They each have a QB. One guy has 6 wide receivers. I don't think he would take Mooney. All right, we're going to grab Caleb just because we need a first QB.
Like it.
And then after that, all right, so you like the Penix. You said you have him for potentially throwing the most. Obviously, Darnell Mooney is going to be one of the beneficiaries of that offense, very tightly concentrated. My question is, Bijan is now going like 2nd overall in a lot of rooms.
Bijan.
Tyler Algier, like we know he's actually a good player, professional. Is there more risk that Tyler Algier kind of plays a role into Saquon than into Bijan than Saquon has to deal with AJ Dillon and Shipley?
Bijan. Wait, what's the question? Algier?
We're back. Yeah, we'll go back to that in a second.
No. This is Zach Robinson. Comes from Sean McVay. They feature a running back. They go all in. Kyron Williams, Todd Gurley. No, not worried about Algier as it relates to Bijan.
I'm trying. Oh, and somebody just snipes Darnell Mooney.
No way.
Pain.
Unbelievable.
How could they do that?
We've gotten sniped like 5 times.
I think it's personal. It's almost like these streams. Okay. Shahid, we already have.
I like Burden. Now's the time to take Burden. We just got Caleb, right?
Yeah, but his ADP is 140.
Okay, fine.
You're right. It's possible. And again, with a stream draft, we did Charbonnet. I just had him in the queue.
He's going to start going higher. Leone's right about that. All right, we took Charbonnet?
We took Sharps.
All right.
We're pretty strong in running backs. Our next pick is going to be pick 130. Yes, it's possible Luther Burden gets taken before us, but also like at 130, that's still 10 picks before where he was going. And that's one of the main, we noticed this on DraftKings compared to some other sites. If you've got a queue, if you've got the out tag, if you're a rookie, you're probably going to be drafted later. And yeah, Luther Burden has been falling to that 140. So a lot of people have been kind of stacking their bags at that price. Keith over here. I didn't notice, but yeah, tell me the guy with 6 wide receivers that took Mooney. Here we go. A lot of PSU. Okay, a lot of Penn State right there. When you have Nico, BTJ, Marvin Harrison, Debo, Chris Olave, Josh Downs, you have to make sure that you also get Darnell Mooney.
I just think the guy's listening to the stream right now, and
he could be
laughing.
Well, you know what? He's not going
to in his mom's basement, laughing and sweating.
Yeah, it's probably a plant. That's actually Levitan's other name. Penn State, the LA, lot of probably has some. We could figure out.
Yeah, he took BTJ and Olave as well.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We're not going to let him get Luther Burden because
I told you conspiracies were real.
Chat agrees. Chat's already calling it out. They're still upset with what you must have done to the machine. You must have done so much damage to the machine during that stream that our rankings don't even work on the site. You're being held accountable.
Honestly, Leone kind of smoked me.
Hey, if he did, I'm not sure if I believe that, but if he did, it's only payback for after what was last year because that recap episode just seems like fish in a barrel for you. All right. Thinking through QBs, Jordan Love for Matthew Golden's already been drafted. We have the Dak's already gone. So Stafford's really our only other. Where did Dak go? Oh, Dak went 94. Okay. We could also do.
We could wait Richardson. And get Geno.
Yeah, Geno's a really good one too. Completely forgot about that.
We're probably going to need 3. We're going to need 3.
Agreed.
Yeah. So Geno could be our 3.
Oh, you got to be kidding. These streamers, Yaleg just ended up taking the Luther Burden a round and a half before they're out to get you. Okay.
I mean, I like Christian Kirk.
I know you do. We could do the CJ Stroud Christian Kirk combo.
Okay. Yep.
You want to do Kirk first, and then
yeah. Of course, somebody's going to take Stroud now, but
a lot of PSU has Nico Collins, so he's probably going to go Stroud. So if we
what are the odds that he takes him?
Very high. But like, we need a wide receiver, and he's the best wide receiver, and maybe we take that chance. And
I like Kirk. Yeah,
I know you do. I know, and I'm not against.
You didn't take him, so you took Stroud?
No, I took Christian Kirk. Kirk. I was just thinking it through. Okay, a lot of PSU goes Quinshon Judkins. They're going to make us sweat it out. Do they take the CJ Stroud? He has Jaden Daniels. He has Nico. He doesn't need CJ Stroud. He should probably go wide receiver. And there it is. Obviously. We did not end up with
respect
any
to that guy.
It's too early for Stafford. What do you think about Dylan Sampson?
It's okay, yeah.
Kyle Williams. What do you want? Tootin? Sampson?
I'm good with either.
Okay. I went with Bish. Oh, that's baloney, DraftKings.
What?
I had the cue. It gave us Trevor Lawrence. It gave us Trevor Lawrence. That's fine. Right. We're going to get a Brenton Strange later on. Get a back stack.
Brenton Strange to save our draft.
We're going 3 QB. Now this gives us flexibility because we can still grab Geno later on, and we don't have to worry about Stafford falling to us. I mean, it all comes down to a lot of PSU over here. Just snipe, and at least like show yourself in chat. A lot of PSU, like kind of click on through, come say hi, let us give you your flowers. Yeah. Okay. Coming back around, let's take a look at. So, are there players in this team so far that like you are just completely avoiding? Are there players that you feel really good about? How are we doing so far?
You mean in terms like our draft?
Our team, ignoring all those snipes and the person to our.
I think it's all right. I think it's okay. It's not terrible. I'm not blown away, but it's not terrible. It
sets up if we wanted, we could possibly grab Tank Bigsby. He's usually falling to about this area.
Really?
Let's see where Tank is right now. Tank Bigsby's ADP's 149 and climbing, so it may not make it to us. He doesn't really correlate in a one-game sample with Trevor Lawrence if he's not catching passes. Right. But what are your thoughts on Jacksonville backfield right now? A lot of reports on that.
I think Bigsby is the main rusher. I think that Travis Etienne is going to play in the majority of passing situations, and Bashal Tootin is a guy that could emerge if one of those guys gets hurt at some point.
And then we'll probably get there eventually, but Parker Washington, De'Ami Brown, are you bullish on any of them as kind of late pass catchers for T-Law? No?
I mean, I guess super late De'Ami Brown.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the reports early on were kind of favoring the De'Ami Brown. I think it's more of a bet on, against up here with, the Travis Hunter, that like, if Travis Hunter doesn't play as much offense, then maybe you have Parker Washington get in the slot and De'Ami Brown outside. But yeah, Strange probably feels like the best from keeping that stack alive.
Yeah.
I've got Geno Smith and Matthew Stafford both queued up. Tootin, if he ends up falling to us, is a pretty strong play with the Trevor Lawrence. Jake Ferguson just goes. I was listening to you when you were talking to Adam about it on the earlier kind of Camp News podcast. You start off like he's just a guy, but then I guess you're just so bullish on the offense that he's
right.
kind of just
I mean, 2
win.
years ago, Jake Ferguson caught 71 passes when Dak Prescott was healthy, and now Dak Prescott's back. Super condensed offense. He's locked in. I mean, they just gave him this big deal. You don't have to worry about. I mean, Luke Schoonmaker was a second-round pick a few years ago, but I mean, he's not making any kind of moves on Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson going to play like 75% of the snaps on a team that's going to, throw the ball a ton. So he is just a guy. I mean, but this is like tight end 9 range. So I don't think we're getting many league winners at tight end 9, tight end 11.
I feel that. All right. So I still have Stafford and Geno queued up. Let's see if we think this guy has Jacoby and only Mahomes. So he's probably going to plan on grabbing Geno. Would you rather have Stafford or Geno on this team?
Probably Stafford. I mean, to go with Devontae Adams. I know we have Bowers, but
okay.
The Stafford Devontae Adams thing is pretty nice. I don't know. I think I might actually rather have Geno, actually.
So, I mean, if you're pretty even on both, we can let it slide and take whichever one falls.
Yes,
is there a wide receiver you'd rather have? Tillman, Wandale, Leggett, Jack Batch, and then with the Geno, but I just don't like the Batch. But
take a shot on Leggett. Wandale Robinson had 140 targets last year and 699 yards.
Leggett or Wandale?
I don't know. Take one.
We went with Stafford.
Okay.
Now we get more time to think about it because
all right, cool.
All those guys will probably still be available.
Unless Stafford this PSU guy takes them both.
Hey, he has 7 wide receivers now. May as well bring up 8 and 9.
Right.
He takes Najee to go with the Quinshon Judkins.
Wow.
Just really wants to take those fallers.
PSU drafting blind, literally.
All right. As we thought, Gully grabs Geno and he goes Tillman. So once again, we have Wandale and Leggett available. Also, Josh Palmer, who's been getting a lot of praise. I'm fine with any of these 3. Sell me.
I'm good on any of those.
Yeah, but you're the guest.
I mean,
the machine.
These guys suck, dude. Like, just take one of them. I don't know. Palmer.
You can't say take one of them and then let me take one and then just go Palmer. We didn't even talk about Palmer.
Wait, so you took Wandale?
Yeah, we went with Wandale. This is PPR, remember?
Yeah. All right. Great pick. That's what I wanted all along.
Clint says you think this team stinks. No. I think this team stinks. I think that, when you just have people, we talk about these great players, the ones we want, and then you got a lot of PSU just taking them all from us. It's rough. It's rough. I have a question that I think a lot of people here want to know. I'm not sure if you're willing to disclose this information, but I'm at least going to ask. What is your underdog username? Because it's obviously not Evan Silva.
Right. I think that guy's done. I have not seen him at all this year.
So is your name now Evan Silva on there?
No. I'm E. Silva. But yeah, I know some guy was drafting under Evan Silva for the last several years. But I haven't seen that guy at all this year.
The amount of times that he probably ran out of his bankroll with the way he was drafting.
I know. He was drafting horrible teams. I noticed that too.
The amount of times I got tagged and being like, yo, does Evan really believe this?
Yeah. People kept being like, I'm in a draft with you, man. And I'm like, I'm not in any draft right now.
Vinny, can we get some side action? Vinny, I don't make side bets in this space. That's not my cup of tea. Okay. We have 3 QBs, Caleb, T-Law, Stafford. Feel pretty decent there. Brenton Strange goes here, so we're going to have to end up with a Diami or a Parker Washington to give ourselves a Jacksonville stack. Running backs are McCaffrey, Travion Henderson, Tony Pollard, Zach Charbonnet. We'll still want at least 1 or 2 more, but I feel pretty good about those. Wide receivers, where we're probably lightest. Devontae, George Pickens, Rome Odunze, Matthew Golden, Christian Kirk, Wan'Dale Robinson. A couple late stack partners for Stafford and T-Law, nothing for Caleb. We might just be taking kind of some best available wide receivers that you like.
I'm scared to even mention guys who haven't been drafted, but Tutu Atwell would make sense.
Yep. No, I agree. Like, what I think we could probably see him a little later. He's usually one of like the last rounders at 227, but yeah, I agree. I think Whittington is a good one as well.
And then they get taken, but yeah.
You're not wrong.
Terrence Ferguson, I think, is a guy that we could look at late.
Agreed. Running back, anything jump out? Jerome Ford, Roshan Johnson. Oh, Braylon Allen's been getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah. I mean, I like Shipley, Braylon Allen, Roshan a little bit, although Roshan has generated no buzz at all in training camp.
We do have the Chicago stack, though. I'm good with Roshan. I think that's a decent one.
All right. Okay. It's like Kyle Monangai is getting more buzz than Roshan.
Really? Yeah. I feel because I haven't seen Swift with like any buzz either, other than like, going to be used more outside, all the typical like pass catching stuff.
Yeah.
Jack Batch, Michael Wilson, Alec Pierce, Jalen Knoll, Arroyo. I'm going to go with Elijah Arroyo.
All right.
No, because Bowers. Because that's the same bye week as Bowers. So I'm going to go with the Jack Batch. Just keep our bit of a correlated bet on that Vegas team. I haven't been drafting much Jack Batch, but we got a decent value there at a position of need.
All right.
Trey Tucker, Jack Batch, Deontay Thornton. Any ideas on like who the number 3 pass catcher ends up being in that offense? Or I guess maybe number 4.
I think the ball is just not going to go to those guys. Bash has been like behind Deontay Thornton and Trey Tucker. He was a second round pick, so maybe he'll get it together. But so far, he's like the 4th or 5th receiver for the Raiders.
Yeah, I did see even a report today that was saying like Trey Tucker's kind of the backup to Jacoby Myers, which I read it. I don't know if I believe that. Like if Jacoby Myers were to actually go down, it feels like that's a role like for that team to actually have any chance. Like Jack Batch kind of earns that. We saw enough of Trey Tucker last year. He's like a speedster that's not actually that fast, not actually that big. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and they're going to use a lot of 2 tight end sets with Michael Mayer.
Yep, agreed there. Have you been taken, like, do you think Mayer's a viable last round pick if you have Geno maybe?
Maybe if you have Geno, yeah.
Contingency upside if Bowers gets hurt. Yeah, Sean here asking, is the Mayer hype real? I mean, I agree with Evan that like he's going to be out there on the field. We even saw them playing in 2 wide receiver sets last year. He's not going to be anywhere near the top 3-4 passing options, but is there a better tight end that has more contingency value than him? Probably not many. Maybe Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, and now Likely's hurt. So
yeah,
I mean, no, Michael Mayer. I mean, I think he's a good player. He missed a ton of time with like a personal issue last year that we never found out even what it was. He missed like 6 weeks or something with a personal issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are down to 17, 18, 19. 4 more picks. We've kind of talked through, like, it feels like with this team, there's a lot of like last rounders that we can kind of take for even 18, 19, 20. We're at 3, 5, 7, 1. If we want to go with 2 tight ends, you've got Higbee or Terrence Ferguson for stacks. That's possible. Or just the variety of other starters that are available. Wide receivers. We talked about Tutu. I like Jordan Whittington. We've got De'Ami Brown. You've got Parker Washington. A lot of options.
Yep.
I see like we have a question in chat for like who's your favorite late round running back dart. Okay. I was holding off with the question because I was hoping Woody Marks would fall to us. I know you're big on the Woody, but he just goes. How you feeling about the Texans backfield?
Woody Marks, bang it over and over and over again. Bang it till it can't be banged no more. But I mean, I to me, like, I don't even have him as like a super late round guy anymore. I've got him up in like 110 overall. So I like Will Shipley a lot. I mean, I think Garendo's a good one. We got some a bad nugget on Brashard Smith today.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
All right. From a running back, we probably want one more running back. I've got Shipley, Taj Brooks, DJ Giddens,
A lot of hype on Krosky Merritt.
Yep. JCM down here. I think he's probably a better pick on a half PPR site, but because they still have Eckler. De'Ami Brown.
I like Slayton. I think he's an awesome late round pick. I've always thought that he's good. And they paid him this offseason. He's locked in as their number 2 receiver, and League Neighbors keeps like having these little nicks and dings.
Okay. And then what about tight ends? A lot of guys here are still going to be out seeing the field. We could probably finish with one of the Rams guys with the last pick and another tight end. We can go Darius Slayton, De'Ami Brown. You want a Slayton?
Yeah.
Okay. Taking Slayton, that gives us, let's see, 3-5-8-1. So probably
we got 8 receivers.
We have 8 receivers. We could make it 9 if we wanted, and then it would be only 2 tight ends, which is probably fine with Bowers.
You are dying to draft De'Ami Brown. I can feel it.
I do not know what you're talking about. No, I don't normally like doing. I mean, it is such a correlate. Yeah, I actually am. I'm really am dying to. We need. Otherwise, we just have naked Trevor Lawrence just
take him,
here.
dude. Just okay. Take him.
No, it's not going to happen. PSU is going to take him. PSU, put the cherry on top. Oh, never mind. This person already took De'Ami Brown.
Oh,
as their 9th wide receiver. Okay, we're bringing it back in. Running back, Taj Brooks, Jarquez Hunter, Jacoby Krosky Merritt.
I mean,
or
Etienne,
one of these tight ends.
That's Trevor Etienne. Never mind.
Yeah. Freiermuth, Jatavian Sanders.
I mean, we could take Higbee.
He has the same bye week as Bowers, so I'd rather go with not one in case we end up with 2.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, Taj Brooks.
Sure.
Okay. Grab Taj Brooks. We still have 2 picks, and so I'm okay if we, end up with Tyler Higbee or Terrence Ferguson. But I just want to make sure we don't end up with only one of those 2, and then we have no one playing that week.
So we're up to 5 running backs, right?
6. We are.
We have 6. I'm missing
3-6-8-1.
Who was the previous? Okay, wait.
So McCaffrey, Trevion Henderson, Tony Pollard,
right?
Charbonnet, Roshan Johnson, and Taj Brooks.
Roshan, that's what I missed. Okay,
yes.
Cool.
Yeah, continues that Chicago stack.
Right.
Obviously not the most buzz, but probably at 178, that's still probably pretty good value. Zach Moss officially cut. I think we've seen the tea leaves that this was likely, or that he wasn't going to have like much of a role. So I'm concerned that there might be some double counting for both Chase Brown and Taj Brooks over the next week or 2. But I still think it's bullish, quite bullish for both of them, as it's been all offseason. You were really high on Chase Brown. I remember when we first started talking. Has that cooled at all, or you're still like,
no. I'm like the highest person in the industry on Chase Brown, and it's going to stay that way.
What's he in the top 150 right now?
I want to say maybe 16.
Okay, that's pretty high. Yeah. Chat, any of you higher than Evan on Chase Brown? Got to put him in the top 15. Top 15 is tough because that's when you're starting to get ahead of like Achane, Genty, or all those wide receivers. All right, 2 picks remaining. Derek saying this team is dead on arrival. Now we are landing this.
Yeah, 16 overall on Chase Brown.
There you go.
I've got a ton of him.
Yeah, no, I'm bullish on the Chase Brown as well. I think I think you're a little lower on Bucky, just kind of concerned on the volume.
Bucky Irving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about like who are the running backs
I mean,
you have ahead of him.
bumped Bucks guys down a little bit because of Tristan Wirfs.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's not a good way to start the season. Hoping it'll only be, I think I've seen like 3 or 4 games or something like that, but it's still not great. All right, I'm going to go to the tight ends that we've talked through. So Pat Fryermuth, Jatavian Sanders, Tyler Higbee is gone. Oh, Terrence Ferguson is gone as well. Could always throw Darren Waller. Don't have to worry about Noah Fant coming into town. Any of the other tight ends here, rookies, Harold Fannin, Aranda Gadsden, jump out to you?
No, I mean, no.
Talk to me on Fryermuth, Jonnu. Like, what's Pittsburgh look like in your mind?
Fryermuth, Jonnu. I mean, I think we're just hoping for touchdowns, especially with Fryermuth. Jonnu Smith can do a little bit of stuff on his own, but we're just hoping for touchdowns with Fryermuth. I don't know how many touchdowns the Steelers are going to score as a team. Like, that's a concern. But
yeah,
that's what you're hoping. Did he just go?
He just went. I mean, we talked about him, so obviously he's going to go. Like, there's it's a rule. We'll see if we can get. I'm scared to even say it out loud. Jatavian Sanders. Okay, there we go. Jatavian Sanders, I'm pretty happy with.
Take him.
Yeah. Gives us one final pick. We could stick with just the Bowers and Jatavian Sanders. We could grab another wide receiver. The floor is going to be your Parker Washington, Tutu Atwell, Jordan Whittington. I like all 3 of these. I'm happy with you choosing which one.
Tutu.
Okay. Talk to me.
He's the locked-in third receiver right now. I mean, at least right now he is.
Yep, they paid him 1 year, $10 million. Yep. Pretty solid money.
I think it's fully guaranteed. He has a certain skill set that, way different skill set than Jordan Whittington.
Yeah. No, for me, Jordan Whittington, he's probably not going to have a role unless Puka gets hurt. Right. Puka gets hurt. I think Jordan Whittington, though, kind of projects as a top 24 wide receiver. We've seen it in practice already. He's kind of a one-to-one fill-in in that role. And Puka, the way he plays, he gets hurt. So it scares me a little. That's kind of my bullish case for the Whittington.
Yeah, I think Whittington is the direct backup to Puka.
Okay. What if Devontae gets hurt? What do you think that offense looks like?
Well, we drafted him, so let's not even entertain that idea.
Fair enough. All right. 2-2 it is. Finishing with a 3-6-9-2. Let's do a quick recap again. At the QB position, we've got Caleb Williams stacked with Rome Odunze and Roshan Johnson. We have Trevor Lawrence not stacked. We have Matthew Stafford with Tutu Atwell and Devontae Adams. Otherwise, we have Christian McCaffrey, Travion Henderson, Tony Pollard, Zach Charbonnet, Roshan. Tight ends are Jatavian Sanders and Brock Bowers, and wide receivers Devontae Adams, George Pickens, Rome Odunze, Matthew Golden, Christian Kirk, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jack Betch, Darius Slayton, Tutu Atwell. We got some depth after missing out at the top at the wide receiver position. I accept. It was a rough draft. It was a rough stream. Thank you, PSU, for giving us that extra challenge. They put it on expert on hard mode for us.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen worse.
Oh yeah, I've drafted worse, but this is fun. I mean, honestly, appreciate you coming out. I know how busy you are this week, particularly this week. We have our first actual game tonight. O'Marion Hampton, maybe some Trey Lance. Should be fun. What do you got for us, Evan? Any kind of fun tips? Any kind of other secrets going into the season, or what's up?
Secrets? No,
I don't know. Like, what have you been holding out? One player take. One thing that you actually have been too scared to say, and just tell me. Don't tell anyone else. Yeah.
Really, man. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I write about every single guy, so I don't really have any secrets, man.
That's fine. I'm putting you on the spot. No, I appreciate it, Evan. Thank you for joining us today. And chat, appreciate you all, especially the chat who was in this draft with us, making this extremely hard, showing some humility on our side for how poorly we may or may not have drafted. Hopefully this is at least entertaining. I am here every Thursday at 2 o'clock doing drafts, doing streams. We'll bring on some more friends from UTR throughout this month. I'll do a couple solos as well. Best of luck to all of you drafting. Tomorrow's August. We have finally gotten here. Good luck. Thank you very much for Evan, for myself, for producer Ryan. See you guys later.